Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Monday, April 13th, 2020. And we begin with a real-life riddle. What do you get when you cross a zebra and a donkey? An exceptionally rare offspring known as a zonkey or a Zedonk, depending on who you ask. The wild, even for wildlife turn took place at a nature preserve in Kenya, Africa. Workers there were shocked to find the resident zebra with a brand new foal, which, because only its legs had stripes, they initially thought was covered in mud. A closer inspection revealed the truth. No mud, just mischief. Why is the pairing so rare? Because a donkey has 62 chromosomes and a zebra has anywhere from 32 to 46, which means the two species are not genetically friendly and shouldn't be able to produce a healthy hybrid. Every now and then, though, nature surprises. The nation's leading voice on the coronavirus is giving us all reason to hope. Yesterday, Dr. Anthony Fauci expressed cautious optimism that we may be turning the corner on the worst of the pandemic. Life, he says, might start to return to normal a little at a time as early as May. His words of optimism came one day after President Trump issued a coronavirus disaster declaration for Wyoming, the last of our 50 states to need it. That means for the first time in history, a president has declared a major crisis in all 50 states at the same time. Overseas, some good news. The Prime Minister of Great Britain is now out of the hospital. Boris Johnson will continue his recovery at home, but won't be returning to work just yet. One of the longest-running shows on TV returned this weekend with its own COVID twist. Saturday Night Live did what it does best, comedy from the individual homes of its cast members. And the host was none other than the first major actor hit with the virus, Tom Hanks, who called himself the celebrity canary in the coal mine for the pandemic. He's fully recovered, but acknowledged he was wearing something other than sweats for the first time in months. The trademark open, live from New York, it's Saturday night, turned into live from New York sometime between March and August, since it's now so hard to tell one day from the next. And even the good Dr. Fauci came into play, since someone will no doubt play him on SNL one of these days. He'd suggested in an interview that it be Brad Pitt, and he might not be far off. An online petition to name Dr. Fauci as People magazine's Man of the Year already has more than 14,000 signatures. Our weeks and weeks of quarantine have led to quite a few just-for-fun online challenges. One of the more strenuous involves putting on a T-shirt while doing a handstand. Actor Tom Holland started it, upside down with his feet against a wall. Fellow A-lister Jake Gyllenhaal followed, only to be quickly outdone by Olympian Lolo Jones, who doubled down and put on 2 T-shirts while sipping a beverage. Then entered the queen of all. Gymnast Simone Biles not only did a handstand without a wall, but instead of putting on a T-shirt, took off her sweats. It's a feat to behold, and we're pretty sure you'll break a sweat just watching. That's it for KidNuz. Now our KidNuz quiz. What's the name of the very rare animal that has a zebra mom and a donkey dad? A zonkey or a Zedonk? Dr. Fauci says life may start returning to normal when? In May, a little bit at a time. President Trump has now issued a major disaster declaration in how many states? All 50 at the same time for the first time in history. How did Simone Biles run away with a handstand challenge? By not using a wall and by taking off her sweats instead of putting on a T-shirt. And one for the road. We've apparently now entered the 4th phase of panic buying. Week 1, people hoarded TP and hand sanitizer. Week 2 saw a run on hand weights and puzzles. Week 3 was owned by stress bakers buying out flour and yeast. For a hint on week 4, take a good look at your mom and dad's hair. It's probably a little longer than usual, and maybe the color isn't quite what you're used to. And there you have it. The CEO of Walmart says hair dye and hair clippers are among his hottest sellers. Now that we've all been reduced to do-it-yourself stylists, the message until we can return to professionals: keep calm and color on. Before we go, we've got a bunch of KidNuz birthday shout-outs. First to Massachusetts for William in Sudbury, Lila in Medfield, and Aria in Arlington. We also have Michael in White Lake, Michigan, Will in Edina, Minnesota, Faraz in Jeddah, West Saudi Arabia, Abby in Arlington, Virginia, Amelia in McMinnville, Tennessee, Zachary in Portland, Maine, Lily in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, Johnny in Denver, Colorado, Charlotte and Benjamin from Bedford, New Hampshire, Isabel from Calgary in Alberta, Canada, Isla in Seattle, Washington, Jonah from Los Angeles, California, Ryan from Evanston, Illinois, and Zyra in Staten Island, New York. Our teacher hellos go to Mrs. Siebert's class at Hunley Park Elementary in Charleston, South Carolina, Mrs. Whaley's students at Jacksboro Elementary, and to Miss Isley and Miss Windsor's class at West Education Campus in Washington, D.C. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to rate and review us wherever you get your podcast. And we'll see you back here for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.